We're joined by Jim Murphy, who is a sports expert on who he actually thinks could win this whole season. Now, this is about public perception, Jim. Who do you think right now everybody thinks is going to take home the big prize?
Right now, everybody seems to think Paul's going to take home the big prize.
Oh, yeah.
It's very close at the top. Matthew and Alex have some support, and Cody has a pretty good deal of enthusiasm behind him. Obviously, he won his way back into the house.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to win like every competition from here on out if he's going to be able to stay in the game.
Because everybody's out to get him.
Exactly. The Paul thing bugs me. He had a chance last year. Why do you think so many people are on board with him winning? He already won 50 grand.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and the opinion on who's going to win and who's in control of their destiny, it changes from time to time, and that's something I kind of have to adjust when I adjust the odds. Paul, yeah, he's kind of a Weasley guy. He's a survivor, and no pun intended. So you know, he's I don't know. He just seems to have a vibe of someone who's kind of on another level.
Now, how do you determine this? Because I'm like a super fan. I'm rooting for Alex to win. I think that she could take it home.
I don't think he's saying that people are rooting for Paul. I think
he thinks that the public perception is that they can win.
I think Paul will win, but I don't want Paul to win.
I see.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to reflect that he might win, but you know, people don't really like him, but they kind of concede that they think he'll win.
Yeah. And Jim, you're not a super fan, which you say you kind of have to be because you have to be able to give an unbiased opinion of what you're seeing.
Yeah, that's always been my strength. I've even like from my college alma mater, which is the University of South Carolina, I've always been able to be really objective on their football games, and you know, I can bet on them to lose and cheer for them to win, you know, at the same time, and I'm able to reconcile that emotionally, and a lot of people can't do that. What I do to set these prices is I follow a lot of the discussion boards online. I follow Reddit. I keep my own numbers. I keep what we call power ratings in the business. It's really not much different than handicapping, say, a football season, for example. You know, I kind of got power ratings of who I think will do better and who I think won't. And, yeah, I just follow what people's opinion is, follow the news. And it's really not much different than handicapping a sporting event.
I love it, Jim. It's sportsbettingexperts.com if you want to check it out. Another thing Jim was saying, in the United States, not super big on betting on reality shows. In Europe, very big. So maybe eventually that'll come over here. And, I mean, I would love to bet on Big Brother.
Would you?
Yes.
Yeah, I would too. And it opens a whole new market for sports books, which is something they love it in England, and the books all compete to get the reality shows and the betting options. It might be more interesting to non-sports fans, but there's just not that interest in it among the gambling industries here in the United States so far.
I feel like eventually it'll get there. Jim, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot. Enjoyed it.
Have a good one.
Okay, you too.